That's a flop. Will you accept it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yes. I tried to be as smooth as I could.
I don't know how you could do that for so long. Like, I just did that for like 2 seconds and I'm sore.
I can't.
I have a pick, so it's a lot easier.
This is me doing my impersonation.
There you go.
Actually, that sounds kind of cool. I should have done that.
Yeah, in between.
Harmony.
You
That would
guys,
have been too fun.
you guys rocked.
That is a classic rock song.
Yeah. Bon Jovi.
I literally did that arrangement as a joke for a friend because it was like, what if you played Livin On A Prayer on
then
a
it turns
ukulele?
out, wait, that's kind of badass.
Yeah, it was like, oh, wait a minute, this works. Original key, too, yeah.
It's one of the ukulele-friendly songs.
Every song's an ukulele-friendly song when you find the right key, and
There you go.
you cut out a lot of songs.
But then there are still a lot of songs that you can play.
Matt, thank you so much for coming down.
Oh, thank you so much.
Matt
You know,
Dahlberg.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah. Just met you a couple hours ago, and you're already one of my favorite folks. Killer teacher. We did a few quick lessons for our member site, and I could tell already this guy is on point. Very, very good, concise with showing exactly how to attack certain techniques and songs. And I was really impressed with your website, too.
Oh, cool. Thanks. A student of mine actually made that website for me. Thank you, Marna, if you're watching.
Yeah, it's done really well, and it's got, I guess, a course lesson that you can stream online, as well as you can sign up directly for private lessons, correct?
Yeah. So I've got a strumming course that you can purchase on my website or stream on my Patreon page, and some other things on the website. And then, yeah, there's a digital calendar on my website. So for whenever I have openings for private lessons, you can just go on there and see the availability. Right now, there's none, but there will be some opening up pretty soon with my kids starting kindergarten. So I'm excited to have a availability again.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you ended up having ukulele teacher as your profession.
So I started playing the ukulele over 20 years ago. My grandfather had a little Honer ukulele, so it was even before Lanakai existed. And he knew a couple songs, and he had a Teach Yourself How to Play Melbe book. He had a boat that we'd go up and stay in up in British Columbia every year during the summer. We'd go up for a week or whatever. And one week I was up there, and my Game Boy ran out of batteries, and it was raining, and we're on a kind of small boat, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll try this ukulele thing and learn literally, the 5'2" progression and everything. And it's like, this is really fun. And the next year, my Game Boy had to charge, but I picked up the ukulele, and I got an ukulele a year or two after that, and then had it and just kind of played it and enjoyed time with it. And then, of course, I saw the video of Jake Shimabukuro playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps on YouTube when that kind of first came out. It was like, I want to do that. And then kind of took off from there, and found Ukulele Underground, and learned a bunch from Aldrine and from the lessons that they have and the community they have, and started posting videos on YouTube for feedback from forum members. And then some of those forum members started messaging me asking if they could pay me to teach them that song on Skype. And I was like, well, I don't know how to teach it, but I like money, so let's go for it. and those were my first students. And then it just very naturally and organically worked from there, word of mouth and other things. And I built up a group of students, and then a couple of years go on, I did some touring and things like that, performing and teaching, and then teaching full time, basically. It was pretty cool because I never promoted my lessons, and that's how I kind of knew I was, I don't know, doing it right, and that it was right to do, if that makes sense. You know, I never felt like I was, not that there's anything wrong with pushing something and trying to make something work, but it was just like, oh, this...
It was just coming.
Yeah, it was just like this, let's ride this wave and see where it goes.
That's awesome. No, seriously. I mean, how old were you when you signed up for Ukulele Underground?
19, I think.
Okay.
18, 19. Nice. Yeah, 2008.
Did you go to college?
I did. Yeah, so I was in. So I went to community college. Went to Edmonds Community College, which had an incredible music program. Huge shout out to my teachers like Nick Sabicki and John Sanders, because the music program that they had was just unreal. It was actually Paul Allen funded studio setups and things there, so I got to learn audio engineering and other things like that. Nice. It was one of those like, okay, I don't really know what I want to do yet, so I'll go to community college. This one's got a good music program. I'll take as many music courses as I can and kind of go from there. And then the ukulele stuff just kept growing, and so eventually it was like, well, I guess I don't need to go to school anymore. And so I've got an associate's degree, but no formal bachelor's in music or anything like that. But the education I received was very practical because I was teaching and playing, so my questions in the classes were things I needed to know, right? And so it was a lot of fun. And yeah.
Was it like classical guitar type techniques and stuff?
No,
or more theory?
Yeah, just music theory. So right. No one played ukulele at my college, which was actually the best thing to happen with it, because I got to explore it truly from just a musical standpoint and then apply that to the ukulele. And that was something that was, you know, I think still a little bit lacking with the instrument in terms of resources and things like that. James Hill has a great program to really dive into theory and that style, but it was really cool sitting at my desk in music theory, you know, doing the homework with an ukulele in my lap, and then like doing the homework and like, how can I apply this here? And it was pretty funny because when I started, I actually played saxophone a little bit in school growing up. And so when I'd read music, I'd like pretend there was a saxophone in my hand to read the notes, and then there was a piano at the desk, and so I played on the piano or figure it out, and then I'd translate that to the ukulele. So it went from, you know, pretend saxophone to piano to ukulele, and then eventually the saxophone went away, and eventually the piano went away, and you know, it was just ukulele. But I even had a class I took with a great teacher, Kevin Hughes at Edmonds. He had a awesome music theory for guitar class, and one day I went and I'm like, hey, can I take this class with ukulele? And he literally laughed because I think he thought I was joking. I was like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, can I do this? It's like, pass it with guitar first and we'll talk. So I went and bought a mini Taylor and learned like just enough for that class, and the whole time I was just thinking, okay, D is G, G is D, okay, you know, and trying to translate, but then got to take that class with the ukulele, and just every music class I could take with the ukulele I did. It was a lot of fun.
There's definitely advantages to that, right? Versus just somebody showing you directly on ukulele. You have to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, it creates a context and a need for it, right? Because it's like, okay, here's this concept of how does it apply to me in playing this instrument? And so yeah, it was a really, really fun time. And I just love learning things. And so it was a lot of fun to kind of like puzzles, you know, like just a puzzle to solve. And the limitations of this instrument is actually what really drew me in, because I felt like it was a space where I could get comfortable kind of in the whole realm, if that makes sense. You know, you only have the 2 octaves and change. So yeah, it was really fun, really cool experience. I was really fortunate. My parents were so supportive, and just, you know, they kind of saw this ukulele thing and was like, yeah, keep doing that. See what happens. And it again, just kind of kept naturally growing and evolving.
Well, you said when we were talking earlier, you were saying that at first they were kind of like, oh my God, he's playing all the time. Kalei's like, yeah, mine were too.
Yeah. So growing up, you know,
parents out there, you got to bear with them.
Yeah. Growing up, I heard a lot oh, don't forget to practice piano, or I played a couple of years growing up and I didn't like it. Although, parents, force your kids to play 2 years of piano. They'll never hate you for it. But I always heard, practice your saxophone or practice piano. I've never once in my entire life heard my parents say, oh, why don't you go practice your ukulele? I've heard many times, maybe you should do something that's not practicing your ukulele for a little bit. So,
oh, maybe that
so
helps.
much of it. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And your parents aren't telling you to do it. That might be a plus.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing with my kid. People keep saying, oh, where are you starting to teach him? I'm like, I don't know when he asks. Like, I'm not gonna force it on him.
Tell him you can't play ukulele.
Yeah, and then he'll get real good.
So you have a son.
I do. Right? Yeah. Hi, Jack.
What, 4 years old? 5 years old?
5. He'll be 6 in a week from. Well, actually, on the West Coast right now, a week from right now, because it's midnight over there. But yeah,
happy birthday, Jack.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
2016.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the same age as my son.
Oh, what's your son's birthday?
The 28th or 29th
of
August.
Of August? Oh, he's September 2nd. So those are close.
Super close.
Yeah. So he's starting kindergarten this year as well.
He just started a few weeks ago.
So I'm stoked and petrified.
Same here.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Jen just asked me this morning how Koki was liking. I was like, he likes it. He's doing good.
Yeah, he's like really excited about school.
I was like,
I never was.
But Taka's probably bugging Mickey all day. But yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, he can't wait to go to school next year.
Yeah, I bet.
So.
It's good fun. You gonna have more?
I think
you're good.
Yeah. Jack's a great only child.
How many students do you have?
Right now, private lessons. So right now my teaching schedule is pretty small because of Jack. My wife's a nurse. She works 3/10s a week, and then I teach 2 days a week. And so one day I teach 8 hours of lessons, and then the other day I teach like 4 hours of lessons, and then do content for like my Patreon page or Ukulele Underground or Rock Class 101 or whatever. And so they're mostly every other week, which I did just because I had so many students that I didn't want to cut, so I kind of switched it all to every other week. So I've got about 20 right now that I see regularly, kind of same times and things. But with Jack starting school, I'm opening up a few new spots, and I'll have a total of, if I can do some math real quick, I guess I'll have, I think 16 spots instead of the 12. And then people can sign up for weekly lessons again if I have the availability and stuff. So.
Man, you're so lucky to have gotten that early time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my wife was the stay-at-home in our situation. But, yeah, it's something you never get back. You're like, oh,
yeah, it was.
I was working all the time.
Yeah, it was really lucky, and I was also really lucky to have a bunch of mentors say, like, don't miss that type of thing. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to kind of distill my schedule down and kind of just maximize work hours to make sure I still could provide, but then also not take on any extra hours to be able to maximize that. And so I'm really excited to...
Well, part of those extra hours you're going to take on is tabbing out stuff for us.
Just not a Corey solo. That's not happening.
Yeah, that might be too much money.
I
can't afford that.
I get carpal tunnel just tabbing it out.
Yeah. We'll keep it reasonable, but yeah. Hopefully you guys are going to see more options for tabs on our lessons and whatever, maybe performance stuff. We're going to put you to work, buddy.
Cool. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun watching amazing players like this and just like soaking it in.
Well, you know what? Teaching and performing, or, it's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of times, there's a crossover, but being really good at teaching is its own thing to focus on, and then practice. And before when we were downstairs, you were talking about, like, you estimated something like between 12,000 and 14,000 lessons
like
personal lessons that you've given.
So private one-on-one lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing it since
well over
2010.
10,000 lessons at the very least.
Yeah. for sure.
So it's like there comes a proficiency and knowing what works and what doesn't, and
it's through the same thing as any other skill, lots of trial and error and experience for sure. But it's really, I really love private lessons because it's basically just creating relationships and understanding how people, work, how their brains absorb new information, how they relate to new things. And most of my students are adults, which I don't know if you guys have noticed, but as we get older, we kind of get dumber. Like, I feel like when my son was born, half my brain was sucked out with him. But what's the real challenge and fun with teaching adults is you're just trying to relate to past experiences they've had and other things that they've worked on. So, if you have a student who as a math major and math teacher, that you're going to be able to relate music on kind of a numerical level really well to them, especially coders. I've got a lot of like programmer lessons, students that take lessons, and they really respond well to when numbers are used. But then at the same time, if it's like, oh yeah, I do pottery for a living, it's like, okay, I'm not doing that. We need to relate it in different ways. And,
oh wow.
And then just kind of forming that relationship with that person and learning what works for them and what doesn't, and then figuring out the best way to kind of tune the information to them. That's what's really the most fun, I think, about it all.
Interesting. Yeah, that's fascinating. I'm sure, giving that many private one-on-one lesson doing it year after year, you do pick up on those sort of nuances and see what's going to work with somebody with their personality type, where they want to get to, all those kind of things.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And the thing that's been the most rewarding is I don't have a high turnover of students. Most of my students have been taking for a long time. In fact, I've got one student that's been taking over 10 years right now. I've got several that have been 6 or 7, and most of them are over a year. I bet if I looked at a majority, most of them would be over 2 or 3 years.
I have some workmates that are still here after like 10 plus.
But like
that is a good sign, and that's what I love too, is dealing with the same customers year after year. You feel like, okay, I think we're doing something right,
and you get to really learn to teach them better because you learn them. You get to know them, and it's like talking to a good friend. You know kind of what to say and what not to. It's the same type of stuff. It's all relationships and trying to just help them have more fun with the ukulele and enjoy themselves more.
Are you like part psychologist?
I have been told many times you're cheaper than my therapist, which I will take as a compliment, I guess. I got to work on getting HSA certified.
Some people just need to be heard,
Well, yeah, and that my wife brought this up kind of early on when I was starting to do this. Of like, I was trying to figure out why are people enjoying that? Like, why is this working? And she said, how often in your life do you get like the undivided attention of one person? Like just, totally focused in on help, just trying to figure out different things. I was like, oh, that's like interesting.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
And so a lot of my lessons, there's a lot of, non-ukulele that happens at times. If someone's in their fantasy football championship and they're asking for advice, that happens sometimes. Phil. Calling
out names.
and it's just so cool to get those different dynamics, and it's really fun getting a new student for but it's really rewarding when you get to work with them for a long time and watch them kind of achieve those goals they thought were impossible. That's the best, right? It's like, when they're like, I want to do that, and then it's like, let's do that,
and you see them get to that point and you're like, God,
super rewarding.
You did it as a teacher.
Have you seen changes in the technology through the years that you've been doing it improve?
Yeah. So I used to have to make all my students do a speed test before they were allowed to start taking lessons, because I had so many students whose connection was like kilobytes, not megabytes, because I started in like 2010, right? So there are still a lot of DSL people at that time, and so it's actually been really, the pandemic has not been a good thing, but a good thing to come out of that bad situation is the accessibility of people using the resources we have.
They kind of
digitally.
had to figure it out.
Yeah, so I used to do a lot more troubleshooting with people, where the lesson would be, can you hear me now? No? Okay, click on the gear thing. That's your system preferences. Let's select the mic. And now everybody knows how to use Zoom or whatever, right? So
Is that what your preferred method is now?
So no. So if you take a lesson from me by booking on my site, it'll do Zoom because it'll create the link for you. It kind of automates it all. Most of my lessons are with FaceTime when they have Apple products, and then Skype generally if they don't. I do have some students that take Zoom exclusively. FaceTime is...
Is there a better lag or like is there one that's better for real time?
Yeah,
back and forth.
Real time back and forth is just one of the bigger hurdles of the format, and so a little bit of lag in some ways is almost worse than a little bit more of lag, if that makes sense, because when you're just off,
it's like the uncanny valley of reality.
And so
it might as well be like a second versus like a millisecond.
Yeah. And so I've gotten good at disassociating and playing something and then not thinking about what I'm playing and then listening to what they're doing, if that makes sense, if there's ever that back and forth. But that and the two-dimensional element, when somebody sees me playing like this and not realize that the ukulele is, out away from my chest or whatever, when you see people on camera, you only see the 2 dimensions. So you got to kind of illustrate for them a little more 3 dimensions. Those are the 2 biggest hurdles.
In terms of how you're holding it, getting the best
tone.
And
everyone thinks, the uke is held like this, and it's not. It's like 45 degrees away from your chest, but then when you turn like that and they're talking to the camera or whatever, then, but I try to make sure
if you hug it, if you guys are hugging it, you're killing some of the tone.
So
for
much
sure.
of the tone comes from the back. Tons. I
wonder if there's going to be a point where we get to, probably, but I wonder how quickly we get to something more advanced in terms of interaction with a student long distance with the help of whatever.
VR or something like that. Yeah.
VR, AR, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's exciting. I'm also a little bit anxious because now I'm at the point where everything is so I understand everything, so I feel like I'm going to become my parents, and it's like, oh no, the new thing I don't know how to do. I got to do it the old way.
That's what happened to. It's happening to me and Corey a little bit. Like, no, we got to stay on top of it, man. We can't let technology pass us by. No, that's the thing. It's like you can be up on it, but you're not up on it unless you're always refreshing and trying to make sure you're figuring it out. But there probably will be with
it'll be cool to see. Yeah, people, like when I was asked what I want to do when I grow up, or when I was really young.
Oh, don't do that.
Like, no. Well, right. And it's like, I don't think I could have said online ukulele teacher because that didn't exist. Right?
Like, what?
So it's like, if people are like, Jack, what do you want? My son's name is Jack. What do you want to do when you grow up? It's like, you should just tell him like hologram yoga instructor.
Right.
Like, who knows? Like,
exactly.
And so it's pretty crazy. It's cool to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a healthy market for hologram yoga instructors. But yeah.
Cosmic Kids Yoga. Yeah.
Meta yoga.
The Yogaverse.
Yeah. Hey, I wanna hear you guys work out another song.
Okay.
Cool.
What are we gonna do?
Make some more music. Dude, good to have you, man.
Oh, likewise. I'm so
fun.
stoked to be here. We were just jamming, and it was the most fun I think I've ever had playing the ukulele. It was so much fun.
What was that other song that we were?
Oh, we're doing Kids. So what I'll do is I'll play the riff all by itself once.
Okay.
And then kind of go into it.
How do you want the rhythm to kind of like sound and feel?
I don't know. Whatever you do is going to be great.
I'll try.
What we were just messing around with, truly, because I'm not very accurate to the original with this arrangement. Okay. So textures and stuff is going to be very cool. There's a lot of room. Okay. This is like the best I've ever sounded in my life. This is so cool.
Yeah. You always sounded that good.
No, there's a magic there.
My role here is the art of the capture.
The capturer.
The capturer of vibrations.
You are a sound engineer.
Sonic capture.
The format's super basic though, so it goes through the riff and then it goes into the melody, which is the same progression, and then it goes through it and then eventually kind of works back into. And after the second one, I like to kind of come down a bit. So if this is the end of the second, it goes.
Let's do it.
That's the breakdown to the song, right? We're all just kids at the end of the day, right? All right. Oh, are we recording? Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry. All right.
funky every once in a while.
Holy shit. I can't even do In Time with Them.
No.
You got that funk.
Oh yeah.
The 2-chord funk.
Seattle's funky.
Just oh my god. That's just not fair. That's just...
Let's do that song.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Ready? So I'll just. Yeah. Just you got it.
That was nice.
Yeah, that's super simple.
Did,
That's so cool. What
was
you
the-
start doing at the end, I love.
Yeah.
Was it good? Oh, it was good. Okay.
That was
finger
sick.
picking.
Okay.
I was like, I need to keep going because I want to hear
I know,
more.
I know,
That
I
was
wanna-
so
Oh, okay. I
good.
thought it was
That-
like
yeah, that was
screwing up the.
No,
the
no,
mood. Okay.
no. I need to stop playing the let that, you know.
Oh,
That was
thank you.
so
I
cool.
I thought I was like going off the rails.
But that's what I want. I want off the rails.
Yeah.
It sounds so cool. Yeah. That's so good.
When it locks in, yeah.
That's so
I like that
sick.
groove. I like it a lot.
That's so good. Have you used that in other things? Like, is that a yeah?
I
Did you just make that up now?
no.
Okay.
It's like I don't know. I mean, I've done it before. That kind of.
That's so cool.
It's like the more intricate it gets, the more like fragile the whole thing becomes. So
Yeah.
too, like it's
Yeah.
like really about the execution. But yeah, it takes it to the next level when you go into that mode. Yeah, that's cool. So what made you? I guess that's you. That was playing on the radio for a bit, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's nice. Did you hear somebody else do that, or was that
No.
your arrangement?
Yeah, so I started that arrangement when I was on tour in Australia, and then not to be a downer, but a mutual friend of my wife and I, and one of the reasons we actually got together, he passed away suddenly, and I was in Australia when that happened, and he was supposed to go to our wedding and other things. We just got engaged, but so. I was working on that arrangement, and I'd known him for a long time, so I was like, oh, I'm going to do a video right now and just send it to his mom and be like, you know, I'm sorry. And so I did that. And the original key, I did it in the original key because I wasn't as smart back then, and I made things too difficult for myself. And the original key was F sharp minor, so it had this huge stretch, 2 to 11. So that was like the anxiety part of the video, right? And so I sent it to the family, and then we actually went to his memorial service, but they didn't know we were home yet, and they played the video during the funeral and said, "Oh, Matt's in Australia." And I was like, "I'm right here." And so it was rest in peace, Michael. But his family had a restaurant, and they recently were closing the restaurant. Good closure, not like went out of business, but it was time to close the restaurant.
They just retired.
Yeah, they were done with the restaurant. And she asked me to go to play that song, and this was just like a few months ago, basically. And I was like, "Crap, I can't get this." consistent enough.
But you're getting it.
You just did it.
But it was
sounds
also
great.
but it was also like a can you do this tomorrow night type thing, right? I was like, oh no, and so I was like, let me look at the song again, like a decade later, and I realized, why did I do it in F sharp minor? What a not great ukulele key, right? Your G string is not allowed. That's not okay, so you got to mute it. So I was like, why don't I just move it down to E minor? And so I worked it out. I was like, oh yeah, that big stretch is now just, and it's easier. And it sounds better. Like this, I think.
Yeah, you get the openness.
More natural.
Yeah,
More sustained.
it's just so much better than going, this looks cooler, but that's all. And so I worked out the arrangement like while, Jack was watching Pokemon or something, and then went and played it, and it went really well. And Christy, my wife, was like, that just sounds like a more grown-up version of the arrangement. And there's kind of an underlying message to me in there too of like, simple things can be really good, right? And sometimes the easiest thing is also the best thing. It doesn't have to be hard.
I feel like we're moving back to simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is this thing within musicians' mind that values the
Complexity.
or not even complexity, but just challenge, even if
Yeah.
it's in a key that makes you stretch and do things. But it's like there's a reason why slack key sounds so rich and great. There's so many open strings going that are free, and you have freedom within it. And, the closer you can get to that with your instrument, but. It's still like valuable though, right? To try the challenging keys, because there's always going to be those like situations, especially with other people calling out the key, that you have to be able to do that. But when you're composing, you want it to sound the best. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I just did a course with Ukulele Underground that's going to come out somewhat soon on chord melody and arranging, basically, and talking about how to take a lead sheet, which is a type of sheet music, and make it into an ukulele tab, basically, for people that don't just transcribe by ear like myself, and so it basically takes people through the process I take when I arrange. And one of the big things with it is like your best friends as a high G ukulele player are the keys of C, F, and G, and A minor, D minor, and E minor, because they use all four strings open. It's not about it being easier at all. It's about the notes G, C, E, and A. If you go down the circle of fifths and fourths, as soon as you get past F and G, you start closing off those opportunities to use those notes. And so that's why some of the best ukulele arrangements are in those keys. And, they utilize those open strings. One of my favorite arrangements, and many others, I think, is like the Gently Weeps arrangement Jake did, right? And the whole B melody of that is in C major, right? And it goes... like, how many strings am I fretting here, right? 2, right? And I even...
It works so well with the ukulele.
And there, now I'm fretting 3 strings for the first time, right? And all this stuff too, it's using those open C and G strings to create that sound. And it's simple. It's not easy, but it uses those strings. And so if you tried to do it like in the original key, it doesn't work as well in A, because you're kind of going way up. Like I can't use my G string open or my C string open there, because now it should be G sharp and C sharp in the key of A. So
Kalei and I actually do an arrangement in the original key.
Yeah, well, the A minor is cool. Do you play it with low G or high G when you do it?
I play with the high G.
The high G.
I try to get more like chord voicings.
Yeah. And then one of the strengths there is playing with you, right? Because now the guitar gets to fill in some of the space.
A lot of the space. Yeah.
And so when you're a solo ukulele player, those keys are really good. But
I think it made it a lot easier to play the song with having the other half of the deeper sound.
Oh yeah, definitely, because like you can really focus on like squeezing out maximum sustain from each note. and not have to worry about filling it in. Like
'cause
when you get to the this part, I was going.
Nice, yeah. Oh, ooh.
You know. And then
Yeah, the high G.
yeah.
That's so good. And with the guitar, you get that bass.
Yeah.
And then so like when Jake plays it alone, he's kind of using the open string. That's cool. Do you have a video of that? I gotta check that out, man.
I think
Somewhere.
Well, we should do like a more complete version.
That's beautiful. Nice, even the old Jake. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I get the original key, and so the original key usually doesn't work the best on a high G ukulele if you're doing a chord melody arrangement, but sometimes it does, like the Livin On A Prayer, right? E minor,
Yeah.
it's like, let's go. So
Very ukulele friendly.
yeah, for sure.
How long have you played Kanile'a?
2000.
By the way, like I was bummed that you didn't
I
have
know,
your uke,
yeah.
because like what I think is so awesome about your uke, it's obviously for teaching purposes with with the fretboard
Yeah.
laid out with the numbers of the
Yeah, you can just like cut in a picture of it right here, like
Okay.
Photoshop.
I will. Yeah.
But yeah, the cool thing about that, well, right now that ukulele is getting some repairs and some TLC from Kanile'a, which I'm really stoked on. But yeah, it's got the fretboard inlay of the numbers of 3, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15. Like
Real
so
nice
that-
and
You got
big
it in
too.
the sand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
yeah.
was all Joe's idea. Yeah. And so the reason for that is because I'll hold it up to the camera and it'll crop like this, right? And now when I'm saying where I'm at, they don't have to just hear me
It's
say it. They
quite-
can see,
quite
it's like I'm
obvious,
on
yeah,
5 and
right.
7. And Joe told me that they've had a few orders of that fretboard over the years
cool.
of the matte fretboard, and that was like, that's so cool. And then I wonder, are they teachers or do they just really want to know where they're at?
It's
at
harder to get lost, you know.
And like the finish of the ukuleles, they're silk finish. So this one's really high gloss, looks really beautiful. But that's also a problem on camera sometimes when you don't want the distraction, right? Because when I'm teaching, I don't want... Yeah, so it uses a silk finish so it doesn't...
There's
block the
not
light.
glare.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's a spruce top because my hand shows up better on camera on spruce than Koa. But the headstock is the exact same one as this in that it's the big, thick headstock with the Gilbert tuners.
Oh, yeah.
The Jake headstock. That part's just for me. Like that's the I feel like Jake and Aldrine whenever I look at it type of thing. But yeah, it's a beautiful ukulele. I'm really fortunate to play it.
And this Aldrine model is actually available on our website right now. So, you guys
Well,
can
that
do it.
depends if I did bring a credit card.
I'll give you a good deal.
It is available.
Hey, so I want to do a segment that I haven't done before. I'm gonna need one of you guys' help for this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blindfold Matt, and then I'm gonna put different. How well do you
Ooh.
know the ukulele market? Are you
No,
familiar with
so-
different brands?
How well do I know the ukulele market today or in 2011?
2011. Wow.
Yeah,
you've been-
I used to do
you've been
like the
hiding out for a
the
while.
NAMM show and things like that.
Yeah.
But the last time I did it was 2013. And so, yeah, a lot of my students are like, "What do you think about Rebel ukulele or aNueNue?" And it's like, I've seen cool things on the ukulele site, but I haven't played them. So
Okay, well,
yeah. I'm
either
game.
way, I'm gonna blindfold
Cool.
you. We're gonna feed you some different ukes.
Sweet.
You're gonna guess the size,
Okay.
the woods, and the brand.
Okay.
And you're not gonna know maybe some of these brands, but
Cool.
maybe give some of your thoughts on
Yeah.
them as you play them, and then
Cool.
yeah, let's
I'm
see how it goes.
game.
So I want to do this next. I'm gonna do this next week with one of you guys, and I'm gonna blur out the ukes, and I'm gonna have the
I'm the
audience
guinea pig.
guess. Yeah, and we have some winners for who can.
Cool.
But yeah, we're gonna do this with
Okay,
Matt
let's
here.
do it.
All right,
I'm
let's
in.
do it.
Just don't hand me a guitar.
Yeah, so if I can get your guys' help, because I wanna tune them back here, and then
Like this is a ukulele.
take this from you.
Cool. Should I leave the headphones on or take them off and then you blindfold me?
Take them off and then blindfold, and then you can put them back on.
Is this someone's...
That's Veronica's. I don't know. I got it from her earlier.
Yeah, it's probably for... Are we going like right away, or should I hold off for a moment?
Yeah, maybe. Let me.
Did you guys know this was happening?
I had no idea.
No, they didn't.
Okay, I got it. Another low G, jeez. Ooh. So it's a 1 3/8 inch nut. I think. Yeah. Dual wound.
What strings do you think they are?
What strings do I think they are? They kind of... Everything in these mics sounds so good.
What do they feel like?
Yeah, they feel a little like they have a little bit more coarseness to them, but it surprised me if they're Nile gut strings. They kind of feel like them, but
What top do you think this ukulele has? Soundboard wood.
I guess I would guess spruce. It definitely doesn't sound like an all Koa uke.
What are some qualities that you like about this tone?
It's got good attack. So the responsiveness is really good. When you hit the string, it immediately kind of feedbacks you. Which is usually going to be on like some sort of spruce or cedar type of top. Right? A little stiffer wood, but I know very little.
Okay, I'm not even sure if you've played these before, but maybe you have. Pull down your blindfold and check this guy out.
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
because you said that, I'm gonna guess it's a Rebel ukulele. Ow. It's not. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my god. I'm just gonna keep the blindfold on.
Okay, yeah, you can just keep that guy in.
It is spruce, I was right. Is it
Cedar.
Oh, it's cedar. Oh, wow.
I think, right, guys? Yeah, I think so.
Is that yellow cedar?
What kind of strings are these?
Fluorocarbon?
That's either the awful.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said that, I don't even know which strings. They might be the Martin fluorocarbons.
Whoa, wait, what? This is definitely another softer wood top. Probably spruce. So, definitely a fluorocarbon string, I think. They feel thin. It's got that punchiness and kind of sharpness. It sounds very spruce-esque. It's got a cutaway. Do you think I've played one of these before? That's my hint. No? Well, I'm gonna guess, and I feel like it's a little bit of a cheat because of this. I'm gonna guess it's an aNueNue.
Ooh, very nice.
What size?
It's a concert? Is it a tenor? This is a concert, right?
Kind of sounds tenorish.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
concert.
Hey, you got it. And you called it on the spruce top too.
Oh,
What
it's
kind of
spruce too?
spruce is it?
Oh,
Sitka.
wrong.
Dang.
From the Sitka.
Swiss moon spruce.
Oh, I guess I can probably.
What kind of fretboard?
What is that? Oh,
Obviously, it's...
ebony. Oh, cool! Look how cute it is.
Is it flat or radius?
Side note: I'm not a big fan of radius fretboards.
But how does this one feel?
Feels good for a radius fretboard.
The sound for a concert is quite.
It's really big, yeah. Well, that's what was funny is when I was playing it, I was like, it's tenor from the sound, and then when I was playing it, it's like, no, that's not tenor. Like
You
unless I
probably
grew.
have some of your students who prefer the concert size for
Yes.
the relaxed tension and just the feel,
Well, actually,
and holding something a little bit smaller.
well, and a lot of it too is bigger stretches are easier, and
Yes,
and so when you're
right.
playing like that chord melody style, and you're a 5'2" woman with hands that go to like here on mine, the concert can really help.
Trying to do a Matt Dahlberg
so I can do it
composition.
on a concert just fine.
Dahlberg D.
So I used to play concert. My first nice ukulele was an Otosan Kamaka that I got from Music Eye Mike.
Yeah.
Throwback right there. Right?
Wow, way back.
So, but then I hate the term like I graduated to a tenor because they're all equally awesome instruments. But for me, the tone of a tenor was what I always wanted. But I wanted to do big stretches because Jake and all like those styles, and I couldn't quite do some of those with a bigger ukulele. So then. What happens though is you get better at doing it. It's like doing yoga or something. You get the flexibility,
the stretch,
and then I was more easily able to do it on a concert, and I went up to a tenor. But sometimes playing on concerts is kind of cool because it's like, oh, these stretches I can.
The Moonbird
can't do.
concert has a nice depth to it. That
It really
you
does.
You don't lose out on the richness. Okay, go
Wow.
back
What
under
are
the
the
mask.
strings on this?
Oh, the
Yeah, Fluorocarbon.
Blackwater?
Blackline.
Blackwater aNueNue,
Blackwater?
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call them?
Yeah, they're slightly different from the black line.
Yeah.
Fremont black line.
Cool.
But basically made out of the same materials,
Mhm.
the tension and the gauges.
Oh, I'm just happy I got something right.
You got a couple.
Yeah, I got the. This is beautiful. Wow, it's so small for how punchy it is. Oh, I'm supposed to put the blindfold back on. Cool. I should talk to the guys running this company. They're doing good work.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh, what? Wait, what? Am I just... I really like this. So, it doesn't feel wound, but it sounds wound for the C. That is a big C. I'm very confused right now. It sounds, again, punchy. I'd be very surprised if this wasn't a lighter colored top, like spruce or something like that. This thing really booms. It's definitely tenor. It's not a concert like the previous one. The neck is a little thicker, which is cool. It feels like it's still 1 3/8 inch nut. I would guess a brighter top, and I would also guess a harder back and sides, given the punchiness, maybe like a rosewood or a maple or something along those lines. The strings I can't figure out because the C sounds wound, if that makes sense. It's got that piercing in a good way, but it doesn't scratch my nail, so some sort of fluorocarbon strings. Higher tension though. I don't know. I couldn't guess the brand though. It doesn't sound like something I've played before, but can I try tuning it? Or will that give it away? Okay, standard headstock, little bunny ears. Oh. It's a spruce top collar. It sounds huge. Maybe. Sounds good.
It's a brand you probably maybe tried before, but it's a new design from them.
Yeah. Is it Kala?
Nope.
Oh. Sounds good. Punchy.
Yeah, you got most of it right though.
This is Giant Steps, right?
Can be. Some giant leaves.
Huh. Can I hold it towards you? I'm wearing headphones. Why am I doing that? That doesn't help. Yeah, I don't... What parts did I get right? Is it a spruce top or something like that with a...
Take off your blindfold and check it out.
Woohoo!
Sounds good, huh?
Yeah, it does. Oh, it's a Pono! Cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I should have guessed that by chunkier neck. I didn't say that, did I? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Well, you said chunkier neck.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So this is their new Master Series lattice braced.
Wow.
That we kind of helped facilitate along with Ryan, the custom builder downstairs that also builds with Koa.
Mm-hmm.
It was his design, and yeah, I mean, this is like, we got a real small shipment, and this is our second shipment of them, which is a little bit bigger, and I put in a bigger order now, but I kind of love these ukes.
Yeah. What's the side? Where are the back and sides?
Acacia.
Oh, cool.
Cedar acacia.
Cedar. Wow.
Quite
cool.
responsive.
It really is, yeah. I thought it might have been one of those, with when I said call it they've got the ones built.
The elites, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played one of those. So it's like, when you said, you gave me that little hint of, you've probably played one before, but no.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Back under the blindfold,
There we
sir.
go. Beautiful. Love the inlay.
Good
All right.
week.
Oh, they don't... Ow.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, what the hell? Did you just say it's going to be interesting? Oh, God.
You'll never guess this one.
The hardest thing about this is,
okay.
like, different
Yeah.
brands sound so different. So, like, if you gave me a Kanile'a with a all Koa, and then you gave me, like, or a Kanile'a with a spruce and heart... What the... Wait, what? What? This... Okay. This is wider than 1.5, or my hands have gone crazy in the last couple moments. Okay, so it's a baritone. This thing has really good sustain. This one's not spruce or cedar, like a mahogany or Kanile'a. It's warmer.
Correct, sir.
Okay.
What kind of finish?
What kind of finish? Some sort of glossy finish. Is it a UV finish?
Ooh, very good.
Yeah?
It is a UV finish. So what brand could it be?
This whole time am I just playing a Kanile'a? I don't think I've played a Kanile'a baritone before.
It's, you know what's throwing you?
No,
It's the spread.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
with that? I feel like I shrunk.
So this is an American maker. I'm fairly certain you've played this brand before.
An American maker that I've played before. Made in the USA?
Correct.
Okay. This is a cool sound. What is the nut width?
It's 1.5, but it's a little bit.
Are the strings kind of out?
Yeah,
to the
and
edge?
also the spread as it goes up the neck is a little bit wider from the the spacing at the bridge is a little bit wider.
Good if you got bigger hands.
Right. All right, size, wood, maker. Final answer.
All right. I think it is a tenor. Just this was throwing me off. I think the wood is either something like a Koa. Mahogany sometimes similar with that, but it sounds a little bit brighter than that. So like maybe an Acacia, or sounds a little bit brighter than a mango, I guess. I'm gonna say Koa because I don't think you've given me a Koa yet. And eventually we gotta get there.
Correct on the first two.
The strings are another fluorocarbon set with a wound low G. And then for the brand, I really do not know.
I think everyone's played this brand at some point.
Everyone's what?
Played this brand at some
Everyone's played this brand at some point?
Yeah. At least 99% of everyone that plays
It's US made? Is it custom?
Not everybody's played customs. Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't know who everyone is. Oh, it's a Martin. Is it a Koa Martin? Is it one of the Martin's my guess.
Okay, let's see what you.
Peel back.
Did he win the free trip to
It's a
Antarctica?
Koa! Look at that!
It's a Kalei Elite.
Oh, look at that!
Pretty
Cool.
nice, huh?
Well, I was gonna say Kala, and I was like, no, I just did that. They wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I know, that's why I
Shoulda,
put it
yeah.
next. 3
Wow. Cool. It is Koa. I feel good about
we
that.
gotta keep going.
Yeah, oh, sorry. It's beautiful.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, who built it?
Kala.
In Petaluma.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they have a factory?
Yeah.
Or okay, so it's not
They
like
have a factory in Petaluma.
cool because like I know that like Kanile'a before Kanile'a made ukuleles for like Lanakai.
Yeah,
and
they
so I
did.
wasn't sure if it was like that situation, like Joe making a.
No.
You know.
They have a factory in Petaluma. Small, but
Yeah, was it like 8 people or something?
probably something like I don't know what post-pandemic looks like over there because there was
Kala
a while-
Elite? Right after I said I never played one, you give me one. Should have
There you
guessed it.
go.
Cover up, bro.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is hard.
Show must go on.
This is. Yeah, they have a really kind of signature feel to them.
Here's the next one.
This one
What-
looks good in your hands.
Well, whatever it is, it's got a very soft finish. Very natural. Sounds very warm. All right. So it's a.
Oops.
Well, it's a narrower net. It's a tenor size. A low G. I think it's still a fluorocarbon. No. This is not a fluorocarbon. I think this is nylon string. Maybe. It's higher tension.
What do you think of this sound?
It's really nice. It's this. It's both warm, but also very pronounced.
Yeah.
The individual notes really separate, but there's a really rich overtone that goes with it. It's oh man. Got to play some Kalei chords.
I feel like if you had played this brand, you might know just by the softness of the edges.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately. I have no idea, but I mean, I feel like if I strum this hard, I could scratch it.
Yeah. That's
is what I
one you
feel
don't
like.
want to go too nuts on.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It feels. I mean, it feels like there's no seam. I don't think it's going to use the same top as sides and back, but it feels really soft. So like I don't know, something like a Redwood or something like that. The back and sides, I'm not sure. Ooh, side sound port. That's explains some of that sound. Whenever you have a side sound port.
You guessed the top wood. That's
I
cool.
did? It was really cool.
Yeah.
So if I had guessed on the back and sides, maybe something like a mahogany.
It's a little bit prettier than mahogany.
The Koa.
A little
It
bit
doesn't
darker.
feel like Koa, like texture-wise.
It's almost a psychedelic wood.
A psychedelic wood? But it's so soft. Totally stumped on the sides. Wow, this sounds really cool. Like that sustain.
So, have you ever tried a Tyde ukulele?
A Tyde?
Tyde.
No, I have not.
They are a custom crew of 2, maybe sometimes 3, 2.5 maybe.
Should I be taking off the blindfold now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
they are in not too far from where you are.
Oh, yeah? Nevada? Yeah, I have not heard of these. I think I've seen on your videos, just
Yeah.
here and there. That's such a beautiful transition.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't
kind
it nice to hug?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of makers will do like the reliefs or the arm
Right,
bevel.
right.
This is kind
It's like the
kinda
whole
a
body,
little-
though.
Yeah. Wow.
And the way that they do that is layering the sides
Mm-hmm.
thicker and then adding extra kerfing. So there's like a whole process. And also by extra layering on the sides, that actually has a lot to do with the sound too. It's
Wow.
kind of like with drums, the more layers like
Yeah.
a snare drum has, the more pop or the more volume that it gets. It's kind of
beautiful.
the principle there too.
This is my favorite so far.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Like that.
probably the most expensive so far, so that
mean,
makes sense.
Like that just rings. That just goes like.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Should I hide you?
Are you like almost all high G?
For my playing, yeah. So like, I do have a bunch of song lessons, different things. Oh, it's got 0 fret too. I wish I gotta start feeling for that now. I haven't seen a 0 fret in forever.
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. It makes sense though, right? I mean, doesn't it make it less likely to have buzzing problems and things like that?
If it's done right, yeah. I mean, and just consistent in terms of heights there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do so much both with with strumming using the high G as that drone, and then with picking I want it as that campanella effect. So even like the Livin On A Prayer we just played, it goes, that B is there, right? And so as soon as I'm with a low G, I just have to think differently. So that's where the
I like high G the way that it kind of keeps all of your composition within an octave.
Yeah.
It makes for like really dense, nice.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you get the richness, and you're probably teaching people that want to learn with low G.
Yeah,
so
of course, yeah. And a lot more jazz type of stuff too. Because jazz only works with a low G, not a high G, Abe. Just kidding. You can play.
Memo to Abe.
But
like Charlie Parker, you around the corner. Hey, so cover back up. Last one. Let's go.
But this one's so fun.
I know, right?
Well, you're in for it.
Uh-oh.
You're in for a treat.
I'm in for a treat. Definitely a high-end custom. It reminds me of my Morbetta. Strings, 2 wound, higher tension, instant response. Student that has this really beautiful uke with like one of those sinker redwood top type things. And this reminds me of that. Like some...
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the make of his uke is. I don't think it's a Morbetta. But it sounds a lot like one, which is pretty much the highest praise I can give.
Yeah, it does have that richness, right?
Yeah. That kind of instant response.
Yeah, I really cherish my Morbettas. This brand is one that once I'm a little more comfortable, I'm gonna have to add to my personal collection.
This is definitely one to collect.
So I haven't played a Divine, but that would be what I guess.
Not too bad of a guess, yeah.
It's not too far off.
Has a similar neck too.
Yeah, it's
Not
got the lower action. I mean, that has nothing to do with the...
But it's not a Divine.
Yeah, it's not a Divine. If it's a Morbetta, I'm going to be so mad. Feels a lot like his. It's got a bound fretboard. Is it radiused? Have I played this brand before?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's a custom.
Completely opposite side of the continent.
Not fully, but yeah,
Oh,
a little bit.
of the continent, not the world.
I'll give you a solid hint.
Does it start with a B?
Yeah,
Is it Bohaman?
Oh,
Bohaman?
no.
Oh,
but his first name does start with a B.
okay. Oh.
Rhymes with deuce.
Bruce?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't know this builder tenor. You would have guessed already.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's. Should I take it off now?
It's no less beautiful
What the-
when you start looking at it with your eyes too.
Yeah.
A side sound hole. My guess on the top is some sort of like. I don't
Oh,
know,
you already
like-
guessed the wood. Yeah,
Oh,
it
was
is
it?
redwood.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a redwood. Okay, cool. And is it like a rosewood back in science?
Gosh, what is it? I think that might be walnut, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that. There,
Getting there.
Alright.
It's close.
This thing's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna take a look. Oh wow, yeah, it is beautiful. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Bruce,
not familiar.
Bruce and Matt Petros.
Yeah,
Where is it, Corey? Wisconsin?
the ukulele capital
Oh
of the
my
world.
God. Never mind. Why did I ask you? You're like talking 2,000 miles away from that.
Wow.
I'm trying to look and find where they are.
It's pretty amazing, huh?
It's beautiful. Yeah. I mean,
Wisconsin.
I haven't gotten to play a lot of the highest of, high end like smaller builders.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
I've played a few, and then like I have two more Beta ukuleles that I just cherish, and
Oh my
Chuck is
goodness.
the best person.
You're balling.
Well, so my new Morbetta's from 2015. My old one's from 2010. And so it was
I think I have
it was a not so
2010
basic
too,
tenor
yeah.
is how he
Oh,
built it.
wait. No, maybe a year after.
And so Chuck's been a huge influence for me. My family went to Hawaii in 2009. We went to the Big Island. And that was right when I was really getting into the ukulele. Like I had 2 students or whatever. Like it was a very formative time. And I made a post on Ukulele Underground because that's what you do. And Chuck's like, yeah, come to my home and, come tour my shop and stuff. This was a long time ago. And he took us in, and we were there like 3 hours hanging out with him and Bonnie, and he showed me his whole shop and all that. And I was like, I need to do this for a living somehow. Like, what this guy is doing is so amazing, and it's just so cool. It's like he's so passionate about what he's doing and all that. And so, yeah, I end up.
I got to stay there with my wife for a couple nights at one point. Just chilling. It's like beautiful.
Incredible.
They have such a beautiful place, and they're such beautiful people. It's
exactly. We went. So I bought an ukulele from him. One of his not so basic tenors is what it was called back when he built affordable versions of his ukuleles or whatever else. And that ukulele and kind of his mentorship was what kind of allowed me to realize some of the elements of like just the professionalism and like how to go about doing this, because he just oozes aloha spirit, right? You know, and everything about him is that way. So I learned a ton from him. And then when right before my wife and I basically started trying for a child, we're like, let's go to Hawaii. And I contacted Chuck. I'm like, hey, I want another ukulele. I want to, charge me for this thing. Whatever I need to pay to get. And I was joking about it being the last ukulele I'll ever buy. At that point, I was, I'd gotten ukuleles from some companies or whatever else, and I wanted that one just for me. Like no work, it was just. And so we went out there and stayed with them for a couple nights, and we actually stayed a night while they were at Craig and Sarah's wedding. Actually, we stayed there. We had to get going, but yeah. So
which was at Kalei's house.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So they flew out.
We
there.
were all over there while you were at it.
Yeah. We watched Koa for them while they went over there.
Yeah.
And then So where I was going with that though is I got to play his, and it just set the bar so high.
Yeah, it's like
and
the search stops almost.
It really does. Well, that's people are like, "What's the cure for UAS?" And it's like, get a really nice ukulele. Like,
But Petros is like that special. I mean, there's only a few people that really, I feel like, do this level.
Well, the fact that when I grabbed it and started playing, I was like, do they have a more beta? Is like the highest compliment I can give. It's really nice.
I remember the first time Kalei and Corey got to sample the Petros.
Oh,
it ended up being like a hour something podcast with just two ukes, because they just like it sounded so good.
It was incredible.
But it's been that way. They're consistently just so sweet.
Yeah, it's a really nice sound.
Okay, are we gonna do one more? Last of the last.
Oh, okay, one more ukulele. Here, let me throw this one to you.
I want Chuck to start giving us some more like moderate ones. He always gives us the total masterpieces, but like,
I mean, to be
not
fair,
everybody. I mean, a lot of people just like a little bit more simple, but they're going for that tone and feel that he gets too. That's like a lot of it.
I have so many students that own more beta ukuleles.
Really?
And Kanile'a ukuleles. Yeah, it's like almost every student has one or the other or both.
Jeez, you got some well-off students.
I always make the joke I couldn't afford to take lessons for myself.
What do you like? 500 a half hour?
It's 7. No,
700.
No,
wow.
It's
went up.
It's 75 at the time of recording. It's 75 for a 40-minute lesson.
$75 for a whole 40 minutes?
Yep.
What a bargain!
Yeah,
thought it was like 500.
No.
700.
Use the code the ukulele site.
Use code TUS for an additional 7% off. At checkout, mattdahlberg.com. No, mattukulele.com.
mattukulele.com. Yeah.
Nobody wants to spell Dahlberg.
It's true. It's actually better that's ukulele. Although the ironic part are people that know me outside of the ukulele would struggle spelling ukulele, and then it's just you can't win.
All right, here's the final.
The final one.
Ukulele.
The final countdown.
Ukelele.
That's That's a steep cutaway. This sounds cool. So now or neck? It sounds awesome. It's got a very steep cutaway here. How's it go? This,
I think it feels like it reminds him of something.
well, it
It's like that sound.
it sounds and feels the neck and everything like a Kamaka. And this makes me feel like it's Kalei's Kamaka, but he said he didn't have that. So now my mind's like, am I just going somewhere it shouldn't? Well, I'm gonna guess because it's one more. I'm gonna just flat out guess this is Kalei's oud.
Yeah.
You guessed 100%
You
correct.
got it.
Yeah!
It's just got that sound.
Yeah!
So distinct.
I thought you didn't have it.
No, the other one that I was talking about.
Oh, the Cedar. Oh, okay. But you had this one, yeah. Oh, that, yeah. Are these titaniums?
No,
No,
the
they're-
Uke Logic Hard Tension.
Oh, wow. They're purple.
They're it's kind of like a salmon-ish.
Yeah, or pink.
They're actually fluorocarbon strings. So
Which pickup do you have in here?
I have the aNueNue Air,
Oh.
which has a little microphone.
Yeah.
inside.
What are you using, Matt?
The Kanile'a, the 4 crystal
Okay.
pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot. It doesn't have the quack, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't like the quack either.
Yeah. I'd love to hear what this sounds like. I love the blend pickups. So I had a couple ukuleles with like the Fishman Prefix Pro blend, the one that had like the
Oh, the huge control board.
yeah. So the De Silva we were talking about earlier has that in there. That was a James Hill.
It's a good pickup.
Yeah.
It really
Sounds
is.
so good, but it's a huge hole.
Yeah, it's a big
To me,
commitment.
like it's almost essential to get that James Hill percussive bump.
Yeah.
But then it's almost like those pickups are almost, in my opinion, like more thumpy than I personally like. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
get like a lot of like almost percussive low
Yeah.
mids.
I like that you can, blend
Well,
it
yeah,
though too.
right,
and
right.
But
Same with that pickup there. So you have like a mic type pickup, right? Also that
Yeah.
you're blending in with the under saddle, and it helps kind of keep that more natural
is
tone.
it a bags element?
No, it's actually like it's similar to
Yeah.
like a bags element. A lot of like the active systems nowadays use the same
Yeah.
element.
Wow, that is a compensated saddle. Cool.
Thank
Love
you
it.
for playing our new game, Matt.
Yeah, that was fun.
Remind me to give you a T-shirt on the way out.
I get to take them home, right?
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll just take
well,
this
that's
one
the
home.
one that you guessed totally correct. So sorry,
it's
Kalei. I know you've had it for 15 years, but
I'm gonna take it to Mach 5.
Do it. I'm getting older. It's more like Mach 2.0, not Mach 4.
nah, 3.7.
That's such a cool
Energy drink, you can get 4.3.
Mach 4.3.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, that's something that I want to do, like maybe a shorter version of that next week, and I'm going to blur these out, and then we're going to do a little contest on who can first guess So we'll give like something like a GC for people that can guess size and brand, and then if you get the actual woods right too, then that'll be the next level. I don't know. We'll make it a little short segment. Maybe you guys can close us out with another
Do I gotta play
Santana
this
song.
one?
I don't know.
Does it sound
But-
like it?
Oh,
I'm so sweaty.
I'm not comfortable on my solo, but yeah.
I love.
Yeah, that was dope.
Super
Yeah, I thought that was
sloppy.
sick.
But all right, if you accept.
Matt,
Did you hear my solo? My solo was.
It was clean.
I played.
You know what? It served the song. It served the feel. It was great.
Oh, that was so cool.
MattUkulele.com.
Yeah. Yep. MattUkulele.com. You can find all my lessons, link to Patreon, YouTube, all that sort of stuff.
Matt Dahlberg on YouTube, though, right?
I think so. I mean, if you search my name, it'll pop
Right.
up. It might be youtube.com/thejumpingflea.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was great to get to know you better. I really am impressed with your teaching style. Like, you definitely are a professional ukulele instructor. And if you guys are members at our website, you're going to see a couple lessons pop up from Matt, and go on to the ukulelesite.com to learn more about that. If you are a member at Ukulele Underground, if you go on to ukuleleunderground.com, there's, I guess, a handful of lessons that you can get there as
Yeah,
well.
we've got a course coming soon, too.
Yeah.
So.
And then mattukulele.com has streaming courses that you can do, as well as you can invest in some private lessons. So great.
Yeah, thank you
Great
so
session.
much.
I feel like you three could spend all night like working out
Hell yeah.
stuff,
That
because
was fun.
just
Okay.
automatic.
Play all the Jake albums.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, and thank you for the kind words, too.
Yeah, man.
It's been
a
a
pleasure.
really fun night.
Totally. It's
Way
one of those
past
nights
my
where it's
bedtime.
like, oh man, do we have to stop? But
Yeah.
yes, we do. And we'll see you guys soon. Hit the like, subscribe, and let us know how we can help. Aloha. Thanks, Matt. That was great.
So
dude.
much.
Thank you.